from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rogers and the Greenbay Packers taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Leading the Packers offense out here, the same man who has been doing so since 2008. That's the great Aaron Rodgers.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
First play and a first throw for Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. The numbers last week for Tunyon: 6 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Fields now to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. The Bears at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, this defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Fields throwing again. Out to his left. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Fields. That is caught. It's Dante Pettis. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The end result, 21 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 5 now. Fields. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. To throw is Fields. Steps away to his left. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Bears have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On the move past the 40, down the right sideline. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Rogers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Catch made by the running back, Aaron Jones. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now Rogers. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Alan Lazard. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Brian Johnson now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in there.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Rogers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
This one swung out here to Jones. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Rogers now on 1st down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
It's hard to believe as he gets that 1st down, but Sammy Watkins is in his 9th NFL season, and he still hasn't even turned 30 yet. Plenty of tread left on the tires to be a contributor, like he has been with 4 teams over his first 8 years in the league.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Rogers. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rogers. Caught by Cobb. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Into the red zone. It's Rogers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, it's Rogers. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. You don't don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw, Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields being chased out left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Off play action, Fields. He's got it at the 15. A big play there just before halftime, and even 40 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. A shotgun snap, Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
2nd down and goal. Fields. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. With a This one's knuckling it. It just does get over the crossbar. He didn't get much of it, but he got it to go. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense heading back for one final first-half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now it's Rogers. A check down here to Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people...
And Rogers intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdown passes as his guys moved to 2-0 on the young season. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. J.K. Dobbins, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. And finally, it's the season's only doubleheader on Monday night. Titans-Bills at 7:15, then Vikings-Eagles at 8:30. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Last week, they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
One play action. Fields buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Fields dancing to his left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
They snap it to Fields.
Forced out to his left. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 2nd down and 4, Rogers, his throw incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Rogers going to throw.
Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he is going to have a Packers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Rogers now on first down.
He'll find Aguara complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
And again, it's Rogers. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Rogers now to throw. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Johnson for the extra point try.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Green Bay score.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
87 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 4th down, Fields
on the move to his left. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
Steps away to his left.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now it's Fields.
Being chased out left. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Fields. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Back to throw. Fields. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack. Taken down at the 2.
Devontae Wyatt brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The 1st sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Montgomery is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Now the point after try for Santos. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Rogers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out in the sky.
Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Rogers to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. To throw is Rogers. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Back to throw, Rogers. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Rogers. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Rogers to throw once more. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Rogers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now Rogers, got to have this one. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Bears, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston.